Thank you. Take a look at that. The flag is officially unfurled here at Ottawa Police Headquarters. It got caught up for a minute there. It didn't want to come out when it was supposed to, but I mean, we said it, right? Anything can happen on live television. Joining me now, International Pride Parade Marshal Maurice Tomlinson. Good morning to you, sir.
Thank you.
And this year's Lifetime Achievement Pride Parade Marshal Amanda Ryan. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
How are you guys doing?
Great.
Excited.
Good. I like the dress. You said you were dressed to impress today. Exactly. Okay, so Maurice, let's talk to you first. As International Pride Parade Marshal, if you had one message to give to people of Ottawa, what would it be?
I would like to say to Canada that you have a lot to be proud of and to celebrate in terms of liberation for LGBT, but you must remember that there's a lot more work that needs to be done internationally. In some countries of the world, you can still be killed for being gay. Even in the Caribbean, you can actually be banned from entering two countries, Belize and Trinidad, which criminalize the entry of homosexuals. And there are countries where you can still be sentenced to life imprisonment, even within the Caribbean. So if you don't think about the international perspective, it will come back to haunt you, because a lot of the Canadian labor force is dependent on immigrant labor. And if you don't address international homophobia, either through your policy supporting positive politicians, it's going to come back and affect Canada. So I really encourage Canadians to think about how they can influence the level of homophobia that's affecting the world.
And you believe that starts with your political figures?
It starts with political figures. It starts with what we've done here with the police. You know, if we can encourage the police to provide security for LGBT, then the LGBT will feel safe enough to come out. And that is why I'm traveling around the region to train Caribbean police on respecting the rights of gays. And then they themselves will come out and advocate for themselves.
Amanda, we won't leave you out. How excited are you?
Oh,
Lifetime Achievement Pride Parade
It's
Marshal.
quite an honor that I've been given by the Pride Committee. It's awesome. I'm still awestruck by it. Yeah.
We were talking about this just a moment ago. Why do you think that you were chosen for such a prestigious title?
Over the last 3 or 4 years, I've been very politically active. There's been bills going through the Ontario legislature. Toby's Law is now enacted, and it's been there for about a year. I had something to do with that. I've been very involved with the federal bill that's now sitting at third reading in the Parliament, just waiting for the vote. We need to get that vote. A lot of flag raising ceremonies for the trans community. The police here did the very first one about 3 years ago. That was the first time in Canada that the trans community was officially organized, or officially recognized. Just interesting, very great stuff happening for the trans community and the GLBT community.
And it hasn't been an easy road for you, right? We were talking about your very first Pride Parade.
My very first Pride Parade was 9 or 10 years ago. I was the only member of Gender Mosaic who was in the parade. I had the banner over my shoulders because there wasn't a second person to hold it. And fortunately, 2 other people came out to march with me, and now we'll probably have 20 or 30 people marching with the Gender Mosaic group, and trans people much more visible in this year's Pride Parade than ever before.
How does it feel to have come that far?
It's incredible. I look at some of the problems that are happening around the world, and I look at what Canada has to offer. And it is such an easy country to be trans in at the moment. There's certainly a way to go, but we certainly have freedoms that a lot of other countries do not have, and it makes you appreciate being Canadian.
So would you invite people to come out and support you at the parade?
Oh, yes.
What do you want them to do? Just come out and cheer for you?
Come out and cheer. I'd love to see a big contingent of our Gender Mosaic members in the parade, and people cheering behind us. It's wonderful to hear the cheers from the crowd. The recognition is absolutely amazing.
So I know the 2 of you are being summoned. Take a look at their ride. How often do you get to travel around in a pink limousine?
That's
pretty special. Yeah.
Exactly.
It is a selling point.
Head out there, and for the rest of the folks interested in getting a ride to some of the different events that are happening around the city, the OC Transpo Pride Bus is out there loud and proud today. It is all decked out and ready to pick you up. Head to the Capital Pride website for more information. We'll be right back after the break on CTV Morning Live.